Hey guys, this is Wednesday's ELA video notes. So before we actually get to that, I want to talk with y'all for a second. Have you ever been in a situation where you knew, or you at least thought you knew, how someone was feeling without that person saying how he or she was feeling? It's kind of like when you walk into a room and you can, like people say, you feel the room. You're kind of like, is this going to be a good time? Is it a bad time? I know growing up, I knew when and when not to ask my mom and dad for something because I knew, she's not in a good mood. He's not in a good mood. That's not the right time to ask him for stuff. Like, do you think you know that? Like, could you tell, like, walking into your room, or if you came to see me, could you tell whether I was in a good mood, bad mood, or I'm just here? Could you do that? Now, like, for example, did you ever know someone was mad without the person saying so? I know I have. Because when they're mad, when people are mad, how do they act? When people are mad. Okay, I know for one thing, when I get mad, I don't talk. I don't talk at all. Especially, I don't want to talk to the person who's made me mad. Because I'm afraid I'm going to say or do something that's going to get me in trouble. Number two, when I'm mad, I like to be alone. Or, if I'm really, really mad, I have to talk to somebody. But you can look at your facial expressions. Look at their face. Like, when they're mad. Now, I know this is not me, but their face is awfully like, ugh. Okay, you know their facial expressions. You know what that's like when somebody's mad. Their face may be red. Okay, red. Okay, face turns red because they're so mad. It's kind of like when you see in cartoons, the steam's coming out of their ears, but it's not in real life. Okay, you see those things. You may see somebody that's mad that may be pacing back and forth because they're trying to get that energy out. Think of some more things when you see somebody mad. Did you know that someone was surprised without actually saying? Now, when someone is surprised, something you might notice is they're kind of speechless. They don't know what to say. Okay? Another thing, now you could be surprised two different ways. You can either be very happy because it's a positive surprise, and I'm going to spell positive right this time, or they can be mad because it's a negative surprise. It's like your parents walk in and you're putting makeup or mud or something all over your brother or sister. They're not going to be happy. They're going to be surprised, but they're not going to be happy. Okay, they're speechless. They're happy. There could be a smile on their face. It's just their facial expressions. Once again, facial expressions play a big part. Okay, have you ever seen anyone oh, I have, and I hate. Both my brother and I cannot stand, like on TV or movies, when you know something embarrassing is going to happen, we can't stand to watch that. So when someone's embarrassed, they may turn red because they're embarrassed. Their cheeks might do that. Or they may try to change the subject. Or if they have a good sense of humor, they may laugh about it. But once again, look at their face. What kind of facial expressions do people have that are embarrassed? Okay, what might they do? Might they look down at the floor? Will they try to look at somebody else, say, like, help me? Kind of like when you're surprised, you're looking all the way around, and when you're mad, you might just want to not even pay attention to anybody. Or when somebody's excited. When you're excited, you're happy. Okay? You want to tell people why you're excited. Tell people why you're excited. You probably have a smile on your face. You could tell by facial expressions. Facial expressions play a key part in our day-to-day lives on how we're able to tell how people are feeling. There are some people who hardly show expressions like that, but then there are some people who are very expressive through their face. Me, I'm expressive through my face. I cannot, when somebody does something in front of me and I think it's weird or I think it's wrong or silly or whatever, my face betrays me. It's bad. Okay? My mouth may say one thing, but my face, it says something totally different. And that's okay. We're all like that. So what you're going to do is just think of emotions, okay? Think of emotions. You are showing your emotions, not telling. Remember that. We are showing, not telling emotions. It's kind of if I were to put like a picture of somebody's face and say, how's this person feeling? Is this person happy, sad, mad, or, you don't know. All right. So here is 14.1. 14.1 says, showing, not telling emotions. Below are simple sentences that tell the reader how characters feel. Several of your classmates will act out the scenario. Unfortunately, you are your lone classmate, so you're going to have to use your imagination. Now, example. On meeting her favorite actor, Nina was very nervous, even though the actor was very friendly. What are some details that we could see that showed that Nina was nervous? Or, well, basically, yeah, she was nervous because that's the feeling. What are some things that show that she's nervous? So they said Nina is not making eye contact. Nina is looking down. That goes along with eye contact. Nina is speaking quietly. The movie star is signing a autograph, and the movie star asked Nina about her family. So that's one of the feelings, and then that's other for the movie star. So you're actually having to show these details for any feeling that's going to be going on. So, for example, it's kind of like sitting on a bus, Alejandro is very sad that the school was over. Danny, sitting next to him, was thrilled at the start of summer. So it's kind of like you need to come up with 3 very sad qualities and 3 thrilled qualities. Now, these are showing. How could you show someone was sad? How could you show someone was thrilled? Okay, and you see how they used Nina, the movie star? I would like for you to do that. So you're going to use Alejandro, instead of he, because there's 2 he's in this sentence. So then you would say Danny. Okay, the second one says Felicia loved her dog Chumley. Chumley was excited about her new bone. Okay, so the first one you have Felicia loved her dog. How could you see that Felicia loves her dog? What could she do? How could she act? And then Chumley, excited. How could you tell that a dog is excited? What could Chumley do? That's what you have to say. Or write down, I'm sorry. Okay, the third one, Carla was proud of her mother for getting accepted into medical school. Proud. Her mother was worried about all the work it would take to graduate. So, how could Carla show she was proud? And how could her mother show that she was worried? Now, that's 14.1. Use your imagination, guys. Use your own experiences to answer these questions. Use your own experiences. So I'm going to go ahead and explain the next assignment to you. I got to turn my page in my book because I need to look what it is. Okay, 14 14.3. We're skipping 14.2 because it was a name game type of thing. Okay, 14.2, or sorry, 14.3, we're actually tracking the author's point of view. And to track the author's point of view, in the first column right here, quote the 4 times the author describes the view from Earth, from space, using the page number. Then, for each quote, answer the questions in columns 2. This is column 1, column 2, column 3. Okay? So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to write the quote for you. You need to write it down also. Okay? So the first time, the view from Earth, we say, okay, and a couple of things really struck me in that movie. Okay, first, the first was the okay, I'm sorry, change of plans. You do not have to write the whole quote. So what we're going to do is you're going to write, like right here, says, and a couple of things really struck me. Really struck me. And you're going to go dot, 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 like we did the other day. And then make sure you put page 51 at the bottom. So basically, it's going to look like here's number 1 in that box. You're going to put and, sorry, there's a piece of tape under here. And a couple of things really struck me, dot, 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 and then just put page 51. Okay? But when you go to do for columns 2 and 3, you may need to pause the video, like right here, and to be able to say what emotion is the author feeling and how did the Earth look to the author. Okay? So you may need to do that. Okay, so the first one, you can do that. The second one, you can write to there, and once again, you'll do dot, dot, dot. That just means a continuation. You'll write page 54. Number 3, we'll just do this. Let's go on to this one. Looked at our planet, and then dot, 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 page 56. Okay, I go outside, I take the tether, and I clip onto the handrail, and I let go, and I just look. And then you can put, this is page 60. Okay? So you don't have to necessarily write that whole quote, because as I was writing, I'm like, they're not going to be able to fit this in that little box. I could barely do it. So you just have to write part of it. So you're going to tell me what emotion is the author feeling. Think of the emotions, even though it doesn't say it necessarily, what are they feeling? And how did the Earth look to the author? Like, how did it look to him? Was it something that was awe-inspiring? Was it beautiful? Was it, nasty looking? Was it scary? What emotion was it? So like I said, you may need to pause, write this down with the page numbers, and then go back. That is fine. Okay? Now, the next assignment that we're going to be looking at. Okay, so that's part 1. And then B. Okay? Okay, it says, in the paragraph below, the author describes the Earth as beautiful, but he also states that he no longer saw the planet as a safe haven. Do you think this description is positive or negative or both? Explain. So, what you're going to do, you're going to read this. Read it. And then what you're going to do down here is you're going to answer the question, do you think that his point of view is positive, negative, or both? Explain your answer. So you are going to tell me whether you think it's positive. So you would say kind of like, I believe that the author's description is, I'm not saying this, both positive and negative, or you could say it's positive. And then you're going to tell me why it's positive or negative. Describe those things to me. Okay, and I will tell you this. Each class is taking this for a grade. Okay? So we need good quality work. Okay? It needs to be neatly written. At least 4 sentences. And we need your opinion. But also you need to, what we call, defend your opinion. Or in this case, you need to give us a description of your opinion or description on what supports your description. Okay? For example, like if I said, I think it's positive, I would say because the author said the view from Earth is beautiful. I went back. Okay, I didn't say this. So that would be your part B. So read this, the 2 little passages. Tell me whether you think that this description of Earth is a positive or negative one, or it could be both. The first one could be positive, the second one could be negative, or you could mix it in between. So just tell me. And this is the last part. Enhance the descriptions. Okay, here we go. So when we enhance descriptions, we're going back to like the strong verbs we did. So here's what you're going to do. We're going to substitute words. There's 4 things we have to substitute. Okay, we can substitute the word girl. We can substitute ate. And we can also substitute lunch. We can be more descriptive on it. So I'm going to give you your first example. So that only leaves you having to do 3. So I can put the teenager inhaled the pizza. Okay, so basically what we're doing here is I didn't know my keyboard was there. We're using more descriptive words. Okay, what kind of a girl? Was it, teenager, ballerina, volleyball, player, rugby? I don't know. What kind of girl? We can put in a stronger verb than ate. We talked about this a lot last week. Ate, we can say inhaled, devoured, gulped it down. Okay, and then lunch. What kind of lunch? Did you eat Subway? Did you have pizza? Did you have pasta? Be descriptive. Have fun with it. Okay? Have fun with it. But it needs to have the same, message as this one. Kate says, rewrite the telling sentence below as 2 or 3 showing sentences that include details. Oh, okay. So what you have to do is rewrite the telling sentence below as 2 or 3 showy sentences. Okay. So basically, it says Dr. Lerner spilled her coffee. Where did Dr. Lerner Where was Dr. Lerner when she spilled her coffee? So, like, you could say Dr. Lerner was in her office when she spilled the coffee. So that would be your one sentence. Okay, two sentences, we could say, you know, I already did that. Where? Okay. Wait, isn't that the same thing? Where was the coffee? Okay, sorry. Okay, so basically just turn these questions into the sentences in the sentence that tells us about Dr. Lerner spilling the coffee. Now, I know I put a lot in this one video, but if you pause and do your work, you'll be fine. All right, now this is Wednesday's work. Tomorrow will be Thursday, and then you have fall break. So I will talk to y'all later.